everyone. It's so good to be here. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a wonderful time, and it's been so great that you guys are here. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Thank you for your likes, your genuine comments, and all. I really appreciate you. And of course, earlier today, President Muhammad Buhari and some of the former head of states and presidents were converged in a virtual meeting. And of course, there were things that Buhari told these guys that will shock you. And I'm yet to bring that to you, but I'll bring it to you shortly. But before then, if you have not subscribed, please endeavor and ensure you hit the subscribe button. And also give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell, because that is the best way you get notified anytime we drop a new video. Okay guys, without further ado, let us dive right into the details and hear exactly what Buhari meant by all he said to these guys. He says, it is so unfortunate that the initial genuine and well-intended protest of youth in parts of the country against the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS) was hijacked and misdirected. President Buhari told former head of state and presidents of Nigeria on Friday in Abuja. In a virtual meeting with the former leaders, President Buhari reiterated that the government will not fold its arms and allow miscreants and criminals continue to perpetrate acts of hooliganism in the country. At the meeting were all living past leaders, including General Yakubu Gowon, President Olusegun Obasanjo, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Chief Ernest Shonekan, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, and former President Goodluck Jonathan. The president recounted the initial concession made by the administration on the demands of youths protesting against the excesses of some members of the SARS. He called that the youths had demanded that the squad be disbanded and further articulated an additional demands, including the immediate release of all arrested protesters, justice for deceased victims of police brutality, and appropriate compensation for their families, setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reports of police misconduct within 10 days, psychological evaluation and retraining of all disbanded SARS officers before they can be redeployed, and increase in police salary. The president declared, "We accepted all the demands and proceeded immediately to scrap SARS and started the process of addressing the other demands." Unfortunately, the protesters refused to call off the protest and engage the government to address their grievances. Instead, they became emboldened and gradually turned violent. President Buhari expressed concern that in the mayhem that ensued, many lives have been lost, a number of public and private properties completely destroyed or vandalized. Reiterating his pledge to Nigerians from the nationwide broadcast on Thursday, the president reaffirmed, "We will continue to improve good governance through our democratic process, including through sustained engagement. We shall also continue to ensure that liberty and freedom, as well as the fundamental rights of all citizens, are protected. Here, I also want to reaffirm our commitment to preserving the unity of this country." The president thanked the former head of state for attending the meeting and their invaluable comments, observations, and advice, adding that Nigerians expect nothing less from responsible statesmen. Each of the former leaders commended President Buhari for steps taken so far to restore calm and order to the country, and also applauded the presidential broadcast of Thursday as detailed and suiting to the country. "I commend the speech of last night. The nation had been waiting. You made points that I believe need to be commended. Peaceful demonstration is part of democratic practice. The demands of the genuine protesters were accepted, and you are working on implementation. We commend you," former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo said. The former head of state were unanimous in their view that generation of employment and growing the economy, including through direct foreign investment, were critical to checking youth restiveness. They also expressed their condolences to the bereaved families of civilians, policemen, and soldiers killed as a result of violent protest, and reaffirmed the commitment to respect the fundamental rights of citizens, including for peace protests as enshrined in the Constitution. The former head of state also condemned the divisive and inciting pronouncements of separatists and were of the opinion that such acts should be stopped. Equally, the former leaders commended the action taken by governors to address the demand of the NSAS protesters and their efforts to check the excesses of those who perpetrated violence against the conduct. Finally, they called on youth to pursue peaceful means in seeking redress through engagement with government, and encourage further conversation with the youths and other stakeholders in the country. So that was it from the president and all the former heads of states and former presidents of Nigeria. And it is very unfortunate that of everything that was said, there were a lot of misconception or misconstrued words that were used by the president that were not supposed to be used, because right here he made it very clear to all the states, former head of state and president, that the youths were trying to, make a lot of restiveness in the state. But that was not the case, because before the protest was hijacked, there was a lot of peaceful protests in the last 10 days, and the president never spoke any word like anything was happening in the country. That makes him very irresponsible as a father, that it could take him 10 days or 11 days before he could actually respond. And after it has been taken over by miscreants, that is when he's beginning to address it, because they understand that is the only way that they can respond to these youths, because they know they cannot give the demands, but rather they resorted to using vandalism, trying to sponsor guys that would vandalize the country and blame it and put it on these young protesters in the country. And that is exactly what he has done. But shockingly, I'm so shocked that the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, could actually commend the speech of Mr. President, because of course there is nothing to be commended in that speech, because the president of everything that has gone wrong in the country could actually speak for less than 10 minutes, and that speech was not even suiting enough for all Nigerians because of the things that have actually happened in the last few days. But all the same, guys, that is it from here. I don't know what you have to say about all of this, but please endeavor to drop it in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for staying tuned. I really do appreciate your time here so far. Do have a pleasant time, and bye for now.